Hello, Chant.
All right. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Happy North London Derby weekend.
Good morning, everybody.
We're back into the 30s after a little bit of a thaw, and I'm cold again.
It is the way it is, man. It's winter.
But as always, I will ask both of you, how was the week so far?
It was great. It's been good so far. Yeah, we had a nice event yesterday. We had a couple of days of warm weather, which I always take gladly.
Snow is almost fully melted.
Yeah.
Just in time for the next storm.
Next round, yeah.
We don't have our snow trenches anymore in front of the brewery.
Well, we will.
Awesome.
We will come Monday. By the way, I preface this as I say that. If you hear me, lisping and stuff, I have a cut or I bit my tongue or something.
Wow.
And it is rather swollen, so it keeps hitting my teeth.
Super.
Yeah, exactly.
So super.
My speech is bad enough as it is, and now I have this on top of it.
And that is the worst thing when you get an injury in that area.
Yeah.
The more you try to avoid getting it involved, the more it happens.
And for me, it's like,
makes it worse and worse.
if you have like a bandaged up arm or you're walking with a boot, like everyone can see. And now I just, I'm talking like an idiot and nobody knows what's going on. That's why I'm like, I tell everyone not to be like oversharing, but I'm like, hey, no, this is not normally me. This
Just
is
a temporary speech impediment. That's it. It's all right. I'm seeing therapy. I'm getting therapy for this.
Yes. So, a terrible week for it. We have a big weekend of matches. We have our show on Monday. We have a little bit of a special event here on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Weather permitting, I suppose we should put that caveat in. But and I'll mention this at the end of the show as well. But we do have the CEO of New York of Cosmos. They are not New York Cosmos anymore. CEO of Cosmos coming up to the studio with a player. We're going to talk a little bit about, the revamping of the club, the roster build out, and, what they expect from themselves this upcoming season. So I'm really looking forward to it. I know you guys, we talked about it during the week.
That's Tuesday, right?
Tuesday evening, yep. And then we will probably drop bits of it into the following Monday's show when we cover 100 Miles to Home. But I'm really looking forward to that and more, which we're going to talk about later in the show, kind of some of the plans for the channel and for us. So
Nice.
But it's
Back
match
to
day
soccer.
27.
It is that day. It's a tough one, though. It's an interesting one. There's a lot of things.
There are a lot of
moving.
matches that have, potential implications, although, I think that is just a product of where we are in the season now. We're not there yet, but all the teams kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. We know, where we could be or should be, and, here we go.
Yeah.
So let's kick things off with the early match today. Again, second or third week in a row, no 7:30 kickoffs.
They're becoming more reasonable now. They know that there is a market in this side of the world that nobody's going to get up.
But here, and that's the thing. I would, but I don't know if I am the demographic that they're looking for in terms of just being an absolute nut for soccer as opposed to a more casual, fan.
Yes, exactly. They're trying to catch them.
But from my perspective, it's another time slot that you can put a game in on its own instead of having people going to, whether it's NBC or USA or Peacock, it's one more time slot on its own. So that's neither here nor there. I'm sure they know what they're doing at the Premier League, the richest league in the world.
Yes, sir.
But let's hit it. Aston Villa. I put in my notes that they're kind of almost in no man's land right now. Obviously, with some crazy results up above them, they could be back in the title race. But they're 8 back of Arsenal, 3 back of Man City, and on the same token, they're 5 points ahead of Man United for 4th, 6 ahead of Chelsea, and then another 8 in front of Liverpool, who are in 6th. It looks like, based on how Europe has gone so far, that the Premier League will get 5 Champions League spots.
Oh, absolutely.
So, are they going to win the league? No. Are they going to get knocked out of Champions League spots? No.
They're comfortable.
They are
just chilling.
But does that start to affect their play in the league?
That's one thing they're not complacent. I mean, from what I've seen in the past couple of years, Aston Villa is not a team that just, is content sitting whatever they're sitting.
Yeah, I mean,
they always try to play their best
I want to
match.
see how they did in Europe. But
They get their results. They do their things. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't think so. I think, like I said, out of Manchester United and the other teams that I say that they're going to have a strong finish, Aston Villa always has a strong end of the year, though.
So they beat Red Bull Salzburg January 29th. Are they automatically into the next round?
I think so. I think we're waiting. They're in the Conference League? Or
Are they in Conference or Europa?
Europa?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah. That music volume keeps creeping up. I swear I'm not touching the buttons.
No. You just don't like me talking, so you turn the volume up. I see what you do.
Yeah,
so-
Villa or
Lyon. Oh, Villa might play PAOK.
good.
Although PAOK lost. So Villa will play the winner of either Celta de Vigo and PAOK or Lille and Red Star Belgrade. So, and we all, there's no hiding, Unai Emery is a Europa League wizard.
He knows how to do it.
So again, that leads me more to believe that, unless things go catastrophically wrong in front of them with Arsenal and City, or they really start to fall apart and Liverpool and Brentford pick things up, I think they're just kind of treading water here in the league.
They're coasting right now. You see, that's the thing. Not necessarily treading water. They're just coasting. Treading water will mean that they're kind of like struggling at all and they're just keeping their head afloat. No, they're just doing their thing.
Well,
they're doing their games. They're going to continue doing their thing.
I mean, they just got knocked out of the FA Cup.
Yeah, so
they've lost 2 out of their last 5. I call that treading water, but we can agree to disagree.
Yes. No, 100%.
Meanwhile, Leeds has started to put together some decent results. They're in 15th now, 6 points above the drop.
Yep.
And Tottenham is
Brendan Aronson is playing out of his mind. Things are looking good there. What do we think do we think Villa continues to coast, as you say?
To coast, yeah.
Do we think they have some goals in this? Can they take all 3 points?
No, I think they get a tie. Leeds, like you said, Leeds is coming up out of that thing and they got the momentum. The situation that they're coming out of is giving them a little bit of air under those wings. So, although I said that Villa is coasting and they're going to do their job, I think Leeds might win this one.
Okay, I agree. I think. I mean, Leeds have a ton of draws under them too. I do think they have goals in them, but as does Villa. It's just a matter of again, like I said, does Villa push for this match, or do they keep just kind of treading water, happy with where they are, and put all their eggs in the Europa League basket? Because not only that, but if they win Europa League,
then they're good to go.
They're automatically in Champions League anyway.
No matter where they end,
regardless of where they finish in the table. I think they wind up keeping the Champions League spot. I mean, Emery is such an X factor when it comes to Europa League. I normally wouldn't pick them to win the Europa League, but with his track record, I don't know.
He can do anything. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a good motion. That's a good thought. You know what I mean? They continue doing good. It's depending on where the focus is. Like, other teams need to focus, and teams like Tottenham needs to focus on the tournament. They can't just keep thinking about the champions or whatever tournament they're at.
So, also, by the way, anyone in the audience, you should know that in the Spanish language, tournament means league, basically.
Yeah.
So, and you keep saying, which you're right. In Spanish, torneo is the league.
Exactly.
So for anyone that is confused by Diego, beyond the normal confusion that we get from him,
the only league that is recognized as such in the Spanish language is La Liga, the Spanish league. That's it. That's because it's a name. But
I do. You drop it every once in a while, and I've never actually mentioned it. But
clarification there.
I do think, especially with the World Cup coming up and around the Olympics, I'm noticing like you get a lot of this is going to sound mean, but uneducated fans. Just they don't know the nomenclature. They don't know how things work. So when you say tournament, you're correct, but it's not a tournament in the sense that, American fans hear tournament and they think like March Madness.
Yes,
or what we would call the Champions League or the FA Cup,
Yeah. Oh, okay, okay.
So yes, tournament in the Spanish language, I assume, French and Italian is probably similar, is league play. So let's nip that there and move on. Brentford, who currently sit in 7th place. Every word that I have to say is like purposely. The podcasting gods have conspired against me.
Luckily, you don't have to talk too much in this show, huh?
Yeah. 7th place Brentford hosting, where are they? 14th now. Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton are mightily struggling. Brentford, meanwhile, are unbeaten in their last 3. Brighton, I believe it's 6 across all comps that they have not won. They're facing the injury bug on and off.
Okay.
Lots of uncertainty with Fabian Hertzler, the Brighton manager. Where do we go from here, guys? Brentford, at home, quality. They're right on the cusp of Europa League qualification. They're doing well under a new manager. They have one of the leading scorers in the league. Is that much of the same? Do they easily clean this one up?
Yeah, no,
I think so.
Yeah,
I think Brighton is struggling too much at this point.
Exactly. You see, that's treading water. That's what I. So that
They're only
that's
7.
not treading water. That's sinking.
No,
Brighton's
but
only 7 away from relegation.
Yeah, exactly, and it doesn't look.
They gotta hope that the teams underneath them are playing worse.
Yeah, exactly, and it doesn't look like they're gonna have a chance to get any points at any time. So any significant type of points anytime soon. You know what I mean? Like the best we've been hoping with them every single time, even though they start winning a lot of the matches, it's a tie.
Yeah.
Like that's just the sad reality that they're sitting on right now. So I think so. I think they lose the game and they get even closer. They might join Tottenham at the bottom very soon.
Oof. All right. Speaking of bottom of the table, Burnley, 19th place, travel to Chelsea, who are currently in 5th, 44 points. They are 1 back of Man U in the traditional big top 4. Chelsea still riding the highs of Liam Rossignol. Burnley won their last match. I believe that was a 3-2 win when all 5 goals were in the first half.
Oof.
It was, let me see. Right? Do I have that right? Yeah, over Crystal Palace, 3-2. And they actually lost at home to Mansfield in the FA Cup since then. So mixed results, although I think for Burnley's sake, the hell with the FA Cup, we need to try to stay up. So Burnley getting some good results. Can they put the pressure on with West Ham and Forest? I don't think so. I think Chelsea kind of takes this.
Yeah.
Any other thought? I mean, do you agree, Naz?
Yeah, there's really nothing there.
Yeah, this is business as usual for Chelsea.
Listen, anything can happen though. That's the issue. So
I think they're, what is that, a 13? No, 15. 9. Well, I can't math either, apparently. 9 points. They are back of safety right now.
Yeah.
With 11, this will 12 matches, not including today.
Yeah, and they're not taking a point a match day from the other teams above them. So.
All right, well, speaking of the team above them, West Ham hosting AFC Bournemouth. The Cherries have continued to trend upward. They are now in the top half of the table. Eyes on Europe again, possibly now for the 3rd year in a row. Will they just miss out again? Will they get over that hump? West Ham have had great results in the last 5 or 6.
Yeah, they're coming up.
They're continuing to put pressure on Forest and Marinakis, who's on their 4th manager now. What do we think of this one? This is in London. Not Bournemouth. They travel decently well. They traditionally played to the level of their competition. So
and that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's always the problem with Bournemouth.
Yeah, their last match ended 2-2. That was a match that Alphonse Areola, the goalkeeper for West Ham, played out of his mind. It could have been 4 or 5 goals for Bournemouth.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if it was up to the Bournemouth fans, they will choose to play everybody that's above them.
Yeah.
They do not want to play anybody.
Yeah, give me
below them
the
on
big
table.
six.
Give me the big six, and then they win. No, they play great matches. But when it comes to, like you said, playing down to your opponent, they really play down to their
Right.
opponent too. It's like, and we've seen it and we talked about it. Is because when a lower table opponent comes up to them, they kind of like get into the defensive set, and Bournemouth doesn't know how to, break through those,
Right,
through
and
those
that's,
situations.
for the record, we've
But that's
talked
still
about
part
that.
of the
That
point.
is one of the most difficult things, even for the top teams to do, is, when you are the quote-unquote better team,
Yeah.
and your opponent sits back, can you break it down?
Yeah, but that's,
And so far, Bournemouth has significantly struggled to do
yeah,
that.
exactly. And that is the problem. Like, let's say, they get more results. They do get into European competitions. It's going to be even worse then. you
Right.
know? It's going to be even crazier then. And I'm good with them staying where they are. To be honest with you. Let's give them another year of top middle table, and maybe then the year
Yeah,
after.
you know what? I'm
let's go
happy
Europe.
to
Let's
have
see
that
what's
as
up.
well, because I need to save some money to go to their first European match,
You actually
and
go
I'm
in.
blowing it all in the World Cup this summer. So
Next year. So 2027 sounds better.
the
There you go.
27, 28 year is when I would like to see them. But
There is
again,
always good.
if Europe is knocking, you don't say no.
You don't
So
you don't close the door on that.
all right. Speaking of European powers, Manchester City and Newcastle will face off. This is second place Man City and recently struggling 10th place Newcastle.
This is what, their fifth time playing? Like, these teams got to be sick of seeing
Actually,
Seeing each other. Yeah.
on the radio this morning, on the way in here, they were saying exactly that on, I believe it was Talk Sport. This is
They played twice in the EFL. They've already played once in the Premier League.
This is their fourth.
They're going to
but
play
they're-
what,
yeah.
in the FA Cup again?
Yeah. So this is their fourth time playing,
Yeah.
and the FA Cup tie will be the fifth. And I mean, they could have a home and home in Champions League also.
This is an American sports series right now.
Hey,
Best of
Pore.
7
Yeah.
or some shit like that. Yeah, it's crazy. Wow.
Pear, good
Hey!
afternoon for you.
Good morning, sir.
No, good afternoon.
afternoon.
Yeah.
It's there.
see?
Yeah.
See? We need, you know how like those major like
need clocks.
political
This time
office.
is here,
Yeah.
This time is here.
We need a
Germany.
pear. We need a true. We need a red black.
Yeah, we don't say German time or Germany time or anything.
We're in
No, the
red black
names.
time.
Red black time. That's it.
Good morning, Pear. I don't know if you heard us. We were chatting about Leeds as well. Yeah, it's Man City. I think this is a match. Again, even though they're winning, they are not winning as convincingly as.
Listen, they're not winning because they're cheating still. We'll talk about
Oh
them
boy.
when things get real again. Right now, this is all.
Well, we are gonna have to fill some time between the season and the World Cup starting. We have a few weeks, so
We'll talk about.
Yeah, we can.
We'll talk about the courts.
we
then.
can do the finances.
All
of
I know is I'm
football.
hearing 1:30. I don't know what's going on, but people were saying it's closer to 1:30.
It's 8:26.
No, 1:30. Yeah.
130. Damn.
130
Listen,
charges.
let's fix that shit, man. We
Didn't
talk about things.
Well, here's the thing: like, people are just getting pissed that like nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Like
Let's get it
didn't
fixed.
Palace just get hit with something?
Well,
Didn't Palace just get hit with some sort of
That
sort
was-
of fine?
but so for the record, that was not by the Premier League.
Yeah.
Always makes
That
it look even
was
worse.
if I believe what you're referring to is their demotion from Europa League into Conference League.
No. It was some sort of fine that just happened.
Okay,
Yeah, it
that-
was like a rules type situation.
That I
yeah.
did not see.
Yeah, I think you sent it to me. Didn't you put it up on somewhere? No. But yeah, until that resolves, man,
Oh no, yeah, but
It's-
this was
it's too much, man. It's just
this
too
was
long.
this was for an offensive.
Crystal Palace fined $50,000 by
Yeah.
regulatory commission for failing to insure its spectators and/or supporters.
Yeah, I mean that's not.
But it's just one of those
But
things that's
that's
like
not, if you get fined for something as trivial and small per se, I get safety and everything. But like that gets
it's people that are
come
acting
bro.
on it. Like they're acting on it.
Yeah.
People are getting punishment
Yeah.
within the time frame of their getting caught.
So let's get it done. You know what I mean? That's all. It's been too many
Yeah.
years. It's been too long.
I mean,
So-
for the record, I agree. If
No,
if you're gonna do something, fucking do it.
Do
If
it.
you're not, if you're not gonna
the
do
running,
anything,
the
just-
running joke between Pear and I is Pigmo has the funniest thing to do. They could wait till the last day of the season and be like they're hit with sanctions and then take all their points away. That's what they'll do. They'll watch. They'll wait till the last day and they'll be like, oh, let's sweep it under the rug by giving them just enough point deduction to put them in 17th place.
Yeah, just
No,
not go
no
down.
demotion.
Yep.
I was also
This is so stupid.
somewhat tangentially related, just reading an article about, are the Saudis and the Arab world, are they kind of growing tired of playing with all these toys in the sense of owning European clubs?
They're going back to their land.
Newcastle has.
Well, they have their own thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Newcastle, lost several players. They didn't really do much in the January window.
Yeah.
PSG did what they wanted to do. They won Champions League. Are they kind of done with their toy?
We're about to have an ad.
We're about to have an ad.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right,
We
choice.
shall snooze the ad.
Let's go.
Look at that.
Man City gets points removed. Same old Arsenal always
Yeah.
cheating.
So,
Yeah.
Man City 115 charges, and the result will be 15 points deducted to Everton.
Poor Everton.
They always pay. There's stepchilds.
And comically, again, totally different FA, and I do believe it's going to be cleared up. It was just a mere kind of accounting issue, but
Last year.
Athletic Bilbao has been
Same problem, yeah.
faced a sanction
Investment.
of
No transfers, right?
3 consecutive, which for them it doesn't impact as much because
They don't do
don't
that.
take anyone outside of Basque Country anyway.
But still, the penalty was there.
Right.
That is
Now,
the-
again, that is a totally different FA, so
Yeah.
it's not apples to apples.
Too big to fail. Too big to fail is only for businesses and only in
Well,
America.
but that's
just crazy.
But you say that, but that's what soccer clubs are now. They're big businesses,
No.
Arsenal included, Manchester United. These are all, they are not what they were founded as
Well,
community.
there's a
City
lot.
was founded as a
Here's you see it in American sports.
morning.
You see it in American sports. You see it a lot more now in European soccer. The teams are no longer just teams. They are ways to fund money. They are promotional material,
Yeah.
right? You see players all
yeah,
over
yeah,
buses.
there's so many
you see
levels,
players
yeah,
all like
yeah.
they're wearing clothes. Like every time I turn on social media, I get some sort of like Arsenal ad where the guys promoting Adidas or they're promoting
you're right.
L'Oreal or something, and it's, you're just like, okay, like in between your games, you've been doing photo shoots and all this other stuff. And
My
Well,
God,
I mean-
somebody was talking about the whole injury thing, and that's the point they try to make at some point.
take
They
the
were like,
injured players
listen,
and let them do the.
yeah, no, I mean, let's stop them from having such a busy day as advertisement material because that's part of needing rest. Like you don't get rest because you get out of training and you gotta go to these photo ops. You
Pere
gotta go
says,
to-
I'm about to buy a 180-pound jacket just to be like Declan Rice.
My favorite was the side by side of Declan Rice from a couple of years ago when he played for
Oh, yeah.
when he played for Ham, and people were like, "What did Arsenal do to Declan Rice? He's got like the comb over, like the fucking all the makeup on."
He's been hanging out with
Yeah.
Gyökeres and Odegaard. You got
But no, all right, valid. Those things are businesses. But then again, transparency. At that point, not on the teams. I'm not asking transparency on the teams. The league itself. Be honest.
Yeah.
Be like, whatever, man. They're too big. We're not gonna do shit about it. But
Yeah.
give
Something.
a conclusion.
There's
Finish
been
this
no
chapter.
statement from anybody in the last
No,
year.
this-
Make
Keep-
it clear.
just keep kicking the can down the
dragging it
road.
out. Yeah, keep dragging it out. So,
It's not going to go away. You
But
can't
no-
keep kicking it until it goes away. It's not going to go away.
And exactly, and
They're
especially
trying.
especially if a team is consistently on the news, on the top of the league, it feels even worse because it feels that you're punishing the little guy because
Well,
he's
I'll tell you
kind of
right
like
now.
inconsequential.
I can tell you right now, if City was sitting maybe 10th, Pep was gone, we'd have already.
Yeah, there
we'd have
would be
already
a
done that.
sentence.
But
would
there
have
are,
been
there
a
are rumors that
resolution.
this is going to be Pep's last season as well. Again, I haven't heard anything
So
since
there you go,
either
neatly
way. But
wrapped in a package. End of the season, they get 50 points taken away from them. They don't get relegated, but then they're right at the level. Pep leaves, rebuild process starts.
I don't. So
I
for a couple of reasons, I don't think a points deduction will happen. I think maybe part of their own doing, and who knows, maybe this is the FA and Man City's kind of
plot.
The charges were going on like 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
So I know it's the same ownership group, but to punish, John Stones and Donnarumma, who just came into the club, to punish him for something that happened.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Exactly.
why do the fresh Leicester players have to get punished? Why did
As a-
Everton have to get punished?
as a- as
So
a-
that was that season and the season prior. That what I'm saying
Okay.
is the Man City stuff. I don't disagree. I just say it's
Yeah.
not going to happen because
Because of that.
this stuff is going on 7-8 years ago now.
Yeah. How
So-
about a crazier call? You take that title away from 10 years ago.
All the
Give it to
titles.
whoever the hell.
All the titles.
I mean,
Let's.
Then they
for-
should have been punished 5 years ago.
For the,
They should have been punished when they found it.
I
Exactly.
agree,
For
but-
the league's sake, let's say for the league's sake, for them to not like ruin the lives of the new, Manchester players and to
The
have a better
players came.
life.
No. The players came in knowing these charges were there. Don't even. These players came in knowing these charges were there.
Yeah, that's right. But you're an employee of a company. Like, let's say a company gets called committing fraud. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the
Your
employees get
yeah.
fired. But you can blame the guys. You blame the company.
Yeah.
So the company loses a title. Whoever the hell was the runner up that year. Gets a title,
listen,
gets a new
there
title
is
because you know what I
obviously
mean. I
slightly
like
different
that.
circumstances,
It's
but
not-
there is precedent for
Yeah.
that with Serie A doing
Yeah.
it to
Yeah.
Juventus.
Exactly.
But
So that's what I'm saying.
again,
It's not.
does the English FA have
not-
the balls
Yeah,
to
exactly.
do that?
No, they don't because the Saudis are in their pockets.
Oh, well, coming back to that, I think that is a plot for them to start building up their own league. They're going to let all these English teams that they own just kind of like go downhill and
Yeah,
just
I-
ignore them, and then they're building up their league on the side. That's my tin hat theory.
Okay.
I'm
That's just
sorry,
another theory.
but they're literally sabotaging the Premier League. They got money to spend.
Then
They
suddenly
don't care.
Arsenal are 3-time league champions.
Let's
Hold
go.
on, I gotta go back and look. I think Liverpool won the league that year, but would this give any titles to Tottenham?
No.
No, I don't think Tottenham.
All of a sudden, Aaron's like, you know what? Give City those titles.
Let's just now. Wait. Yeah. So that's kind of like the thing. One, I'm not talking about taking all the titles away, but just the one from 10 years ago. I think is the least. It's the bare minimum that it will happen in this situation.
I don't think.
But it should be
I
the
don't
fairest
think it
part.
happens. I think they will get fines. They'll get 4 or 5 consecutive transfer windows that they have like an embargo.
They took.
I don't think they do anything points or past results.
They took They took second in 2016.
Oh, yeah, way before.
Yeah, I just want to see who was that the year that
No, not Leicester.
Chelsea. I think that was Chelsea's title year. No, I just want to see. Jesus.
Behind Chelsea, yes, it says right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says Tottenham finished seventh.
Yeah, Leicester was the year before, then Chelsea.
So, yeah, I
So-
mean, again, that's the
All
thing.
right, so okay, we can take away Man City's titles with no fear for Arsenal fans of giving one to.
Give him one to Tottenham. They can all go. All go. No, but yeah, no. Back to the game.
Paris says drop the charges. Yeah, I
Fuck it. Drop him. Do something.
I am very conflicted with it. Obviously, there's so many angles to go at, and I say this with 100% honesty. It has nothing to do with my support of New York City Football Club. I mentally have totally separated the two. Like, what are you gonna do?
Again, you can support a club despite who runs them.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
It doesn't
I
matter.
agree.
Again, I would rather. I don't mind supporting NYCFC either.
Yeah.
Despite their ties with Man City.
Affiliation, yeah.
My issue is with Man City.
Right,
and and again with all respect to the Brewery and their supporters club, the bandwagoner fans that are like, oh, City's always winning, City's always doing that, and it's like, okay, name me 3 City players besides Vincent Company or whoever the fuck
Before the 2011 title.
Correct. Name me players.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
I'll even give you. You can even name me the Arsenal players that went down. Go ahead, but it's not like I'm not even. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, no,
I just want
it's
something.
Yeah.
People just want something, and they're
No,
getting
I
restless.
agree.
And I can tell you right now that it might boil over if City do win this again this year. It's like.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Especially because right now they're dead in the middle of.
Yeah,
the
I don't know how things are in England, with Pore, but I don't know how fans in England feel about it. Like every time City plays someone, it's like. So you get the City fans saying, yeah, City won, and then you get all the opposing fans like, you guys are cheaters.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Let's on that note, let's take a quick break. We have a couple more matches to talk about for Match Day 27 this weekend, and then some other stuff going on. So we'll be right back, fellas. All right, welcome back. Nas is fixing his microphone.
Hello,
but we are back. During the break, Pere says a lot of people
Yeah.
are too focused on Arsenal hate watching to look at the city charges. The only people
it.
I know that hate watch Arsenal are Arsenal supporters. I think you're. You off?
Yeah,
There we
the
go.
Arsenal supporters are separated into groups of people, and you have
Yeah.
you know, I mean, but you see with any club, right? You have the diehard fans that have been around for long.
Oh yeah.
They want to see the teams win, right? You have the new fans that have come in across the last couple of seasons where they've taken second. They've been in a lot more in the spotlight than they
Yes.
usually are, but. You know, and again, they're separated by fans that want to see you win and fans that also just want to see them do well.
Yep.
You're always going to get that, no matter who you support. You're always going to get
see it
those.
with Bournemouth. Again, I am relatively new to Bournemouth. This is maybe fourth year.
So we're on
supporting
that
them.
side of the fandom.
Well, think-
But at the
Yeah.
same time, the tunnel vision that some of these 50-year fans have, your team almost ceased to exist.
Yeah.
You were literally 5 minutes from being an amateur club.
Yep.
Until Steve Fletcher scored a goal. And yes, obviously we all want our club to win, but to spout out that, oh, this guy's not good enough, what are we doing? Get rid of him. Like,
No,
dude,
you don't
you're
have-
playing with house money.
Exactly.
For your entire club's history, basically, you were in the lower levels.
Yep.
You are now fighting with the big six
Yeah.
to get into Champions League.
Well,
potentially.
again, you saw it at the
grateful.
beginning of the season. You yourself saw it at the beginning of the
Yeah.
season. The kid wearing the Bournemouth jersey.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
You guys were sitting top 4
We were
at the beginning of the second place.
at one point. Yeah.
And that was the thing. You started gaining traction. You started gaining fans.
Yep.
And then you dropped. And then all the fans were like, "What the hell? We're
Yeah.
losing. We're blah blah blah." blah.
Exactly. And those are new fans. Those
Yep.
are people that really don't have the connection, the depth, and the
I also
history
think,
with the team.
regardless, even with connections, people just have unrealistic expectations for their own club.
Yeah.
Well,
And there's nothing wrong with that.
well, no.
but-
The biggest issue is that I think the biggest issue with it is the season is so long.
Yes.
And there's one trophy to get out of it.
Yep.
Like obviously there has to be, right? But I see it in American sports more, where when your team loses, like your team makes it to the playoffs, you're happy. Team loses in the playoffs, you're not as dejected as English fans are of their team when their team wins nothing year on in. You know, at least you have something to look forward to in the American sports in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right? And I'll give it to the MLS,
Yeah.
right? Because you're cheering on your team just to make the playoffs. They made the playoffs. You feel some sort of achievement in that. You know,
I mean, look at it with Champions League with the new format.
yeah.
Teams are thrilled to make it into the top 24. And now look at Bodo Glimt,
Yep.
who
Dude, that was going to
Put-
be
put
my
three
last
in
of the
on-
week of the day. But that's for Monday.
that's for Mondays. So
Yeah.
Paris says, I see Arsenal, Bournemouth, and think, ooh, this could be a tough game. Yeah,
Yeah.
again,
Yes.
they, just like Arsenal does, they shit the bed when they go to play Wolves, but, they will always play up to those levels. And to be completely honest, Arsenal and Bournemouth specifically have been great matches.
I mean,
the
the issue with the Wolves game, if you want to like roll it into that one, Arsenal versus Wolves has always been a tough match.
Yep.
Look at earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Wolves scored 3 goals in that game. 2 were own goals.
and
that was home.
In all honesty, it was a comfortable win, but Man City only beating Wolves 2-0. That's not what anyone.
And people are like worried when they're like, "Oh, Arsenal and City are losing." If you look at their current records, City has only won in the last 7 games. City has won 1 more than Arsenal. Other than that, they're at the exact same stretch.
Exactly. And that's kind of like what it is. And that's what. Oh,
Danny, is it true that for every game you win, you generate profits?
Yeah.
Technically, it's based on placement at the end, right? Because you get certain placement, you get a certain amount of profits based on how you place, right?
Oh, Champions League, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Champions League, yeah. Yes.
I don't know if it's every game or every level of the competition.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it kind of goes hand to hand with it. I think we talked about it last year. So I think every time you go through,
Exactly,
you get a
yeah.
bigger piece of the
Yes,
pie.
yes.
Correct.
But by winning, that kind of catapults
So
you to
I
that next
think
bracket of
that-
winnings.
and-
Plus, it's because of hosted games, isn't it?
No.
Oh no, it's just
No,
general.
that's
Well,
totally
like
separate, the gate
Arsenal,
receipts and everything else.
Like
but-
one of the things they kept talking about Arsenal was after the Real Madrid stuff. Like they were talking about like Arsenal were top earners, and I'm like, okay, so they must have earned a lot of money
Yeah.
based on how they did in the Champions League.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
you,
yes,
you get a bigger cut of the pie
The deeper
based on
you
the level you're in. To be honest, I don't know how, because it wouldn't be matches played would go, or matches won. That's, to me, that's more like the gate receipts and your
yes.
concessions.
The more games you play, the
Correct.
better.
But that's I'm talking. I believe Danny's just talking about money coming directly in Champions League case
Yeah.
from UEFA. So that would be based on the level you get, and then obviously it comes hand in hand.
Yeah.
But if you are a Champions League semifinalist, there's much more marketing available to you as
Absolutely.
opposed to getting knocked out in the group phase.
yeah,
You
and
know,
that's more
so-
intangibles. But like you said, yeah, for the UEFA, just buy faces.
Yeah.
All right, so we got what, Forest Liverpool next?
Yeah, Forest Liverpool. Again, Liverpool is fighting for their Champions League lives here. At the same time, Forest is falling off. They're on their fourth manager now. Can Liverpool just pile more misery on Forest and their new manager Vitor Pereira?
I know I'm not being very optimistic on Liverpool, but this is one of those games that I do think they're gonna just run rampant. I don't know why.
I'm rooting for Forest.
Yeah. I am too. I want them to
I'm
do
rooting for
well.
Forest on this
But this is one of those things that, again, over the years I've seen that Liverpool has a tendency just to trounce on nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
This is what
You got to feel for Forest though. Four
I do,
managers in
man.
a season.
I
This is
really,
ridiculous.
really want them to maybe get out, not go down. That's the only thing I want. I want them to get another chance in the top league.
I don't know.
It doesn't look like it because it's just, oh my God, look. I mean, I'm just looking at the results right now, and yeah, one victory, but that's
Listen,
one of the
if
last
Forest
10.
and Ham can move up and Tottenham can move down,
There you go.
That's what we're looking
Right,
for.
that's it.
I mean,
That's it.
Tottenham is doing their damnness to help you out on that. Which,
Well,
Oh, we play them today.
I was gonna say, who can help with that is Arsenal. North London Derby tomorrow. Paris says Forest is a weird one because one year they're 17th and 7th. Yeah.
yes, yes, absolutely.
You know what?
yeah.
They are, in my eyes, they are the perfect display of Marinakis as an owner. Because he is all
One year,
of the
one year
players.
he'll put all his eggs in the Nottingham Forest basket. The next year he'll put
He's
all
back
his
to
eggs in the
Olympiacos.
Olympiacos
Yeah,
basket.
Yep. That is true.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I think they go down. I think what Marinakis has done to alienate managers is
It's
awful.
horrible.
You had Nuno Espirito Santo who brought you into Europe.
Yep.
Had you, they fell off at the end, but had you fighting for a title in
For a while.
March, I
Yeah,
think.
for a while.
As late as March, and you get rid of him through, again, I still vividly remember Marinakis coming onto the field after that injury snafu and
Best
just-
Ted Lasso impersonation I've ever seen.
it's just
in
not
years.
stuff that you do.
No.
And then you fire him, you bring in Ange. I honestly place all that blame on Ange. You know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Then you bring in the fireman Sean Deitch to try to just stay up.
Put out,
And he's got decent results, nothing great, but
Yeah.
results that realistically could and probably would keep them up
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
And you get rid of him too, and now you're so. I don't feel bad for the managers. These are all decisions they're making. I don't feel bad for Marinakis. I don't feel bad for the club. I feel bad for the players and the fans.
Fans and players are the ones taking the
Imagine
brunt
being a
of all
player in
this.
this, and you
never know what's
you
happening.
know nothing is forever in the sport, but to sign a contract with a club and in.
At what point do the players start thinking, all right, where the fuck do I go next?
That literally
Yeah,
is
oh,
what
no,
I was
they-
going to
Yeah.
say.
All right, I'm done. I'm out.
That's what I was going to
They
say, literally. Yeah.
absolutely already are.
Yeah.
Whether it's through their agents, I'm
They're
surprised
looking
more
somewhere
players
else.
didn't try to push
Absolutely.
moves away in the winter window.
Yeah, and
But-
there is zero loyalty with the players
Right.
and the ownership. So like at that point, everybody's out
especially
to number
again,
one.
especially in a World Cup year where guys are trying to put themselves in the shop window to make their national team.
Yeah.
It's just a very odd.
Exactly. Now, then, okay, you get relegated, And what is this owner going to do? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he's going to try to shop it to the to the lowest bidder, not even the highest bidder. He's going to be done with the thing. He doesn't really care about profitability of the team. He's just going to get rid of it to somebody that can handle it, and he's going to leave him on a hole that is definitely really, really, really hard to claw your way out of it.
All right,
It's going to be
let's
tough.
go on to the big one of the weekend, North London Derby. This match is at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Arsenal obviously had the midweek draw. Spurs are languishing. They are under new manager Igor Tudor. Do they get the new manager bounce? If they do, does it even help? Is Arsenal too strong for them in this North London Derby? What do you guys think? No predictions yet. We have that later.
I think this is the one that Arsenal is going to get back to that defensive mentality. I think a couple of players are coming back, or they're like starting to get fit again from the defense.
Havertz might be back for it. They did say
exactly.
that.
Yeah, I think I saw one other player as well. While you're talking, I'll
because I think that's what it is. I mean, that defense took a huge hit. So like once they start coming back, things start getting back to normal. We talked about this, and you know me, I'm a defensive player at heart, so I appreciate all these clean sheets, and that's a calling card for a good team. You win championships through defense. You don't win them scoring a ton of goals. You win those tight matches, and those tight matches are not won by many goals. They win 1-0, 2-1.
Yep.
That's how you win. That's the formula for me personally, as a soccer fan, as a soccer player, as the few teams I've coached in the minor, in the smaller leagues and the smaller levels. I've always taught that a strong defense, a strong foundation wins you games, and they're getting that back right now. We talked, you mentioned the Wolves game.
Can you scroll up?
Yes.
Do you mention the Wolves
It looks
game?
like good news from the medical room is that there has been, and even though Richarlison is back in training, Tudor is not expecting to have any players back from the Derby.
Do you want to make a
Yeah,
change?
you're gonna have to amend that one.
As for Arsenal, it looks like Havertz, Odegaard, and Max Dowman are all improving greatly. They do have a chance to all make the squad. And Saka and Trossard, who took knocks in the midweek match against Wolves, are both good to go.
So that's what it is. And then the Wolves match. So always a difficult match and everything. But again, those are signs of you just not having your full team.
I also-
you know what I mean?
I
I don't think
think
it was a drop of points, to be honest. We talked about it last week when we were doing the preview, and I said the same thing. Wolves has a tendency for the teams we follow here in this brewery to give them a hard time. Every single team that we follow, Bournemouth, Arsenal, Brighton, you know what I mean? All of them, they've gotten results against all the teams we constantly follow. So for us, we have a better picture of Wolves as the Wolves. You know what I mean? Like as how difficult of a team they are. Whether they win, lose, or tie, they're gonna give you hell for the entire 90 minutes, and not just by strategy standards, but by toughness. Like they are a tough
It's
team.
also, I mentioned it on Monday. I said it kind of flippantly, but I remember mentioning to Aaron, like, is it a trap game? And it's a midweek match right before the North London Derby.
Listen, again, the Arsenal's downfall last season was their 13 draws. They're sitting on 7 right now.
Yeah.
They're
7 draws. Well, we haven't lost. 7 draws. 7 draws.
It's part of a season, man.
They have 3 losses.
Yeah.
7 draws.
It's part of a season.
You change any of those around.
Well, no, we are. So far, it's happening. But again,
It's so stupid.
this is my thing today, focusing on this game specifically.
Yeah.
I think they get back into that. They kind of like tighten up some screws, get some people down.
Their issue's never been the defense. Their issue's never been the defense.
Right.
It's the offense.
Well, right now the problem is they're letting
If you're
those
only allowing
goals
2
in.
goals a game, score 3. That's it. Put the ball in the back of the net.
All right, let's move on to the Monday
Think about
match.
it.
Everton
I hear you.
hosting
I hear you.
Manchester United. Everton are dangerously close to creeping into the European spot. United are looking very solid under Michael Carrick. They're, can they cement their Champions League dreams in this match? in the Wayne Rooney Derby here. What do you think? Can United go to Everton?
You know my answer from here until the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yes, they can.
I mean, they drew against United. You never know.
Yeah.
Against West Ham.
Yes, they can, sir.
And they
40
got
points right
one
in
win.
the
Will this start the day one of the United Strand again?
Yeah.
First win?
Yeah. Oh
Or
my
will he be
God.
waiting even longer?
Dude, that was so evil for that poor man. I'm jumping on the wagon. I know I have no weight on this, but if they do win 5, I'm cutting my hair.
All right. You heard it
This
here,
is
folks.
an independent thing. This is only for us.
Clip
a
it.
lot of clip it. A lot of you clip one already.
I know.
It's already
I'm
clipped.
not going to shave my beard until Arsenal win a fucking trophy. How's that? I'll do that. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm
let's
kidding.
go. No, but I will. It doesn't carry any weight. Maybe it goes viral. Maybe it doesn't. Somebody will post it. I'll be like, look at this crazy mofo in Newburgh, New York. Doesn't even follow the team, but look what he's doing.
All right, let's before we get to the predictions, let's take a couple minutes. I just want to update you all on kind of some of the things that we have coming in the future for the channel. We are going to start doing some tabletop gaming. Probably in March and then into the spring and summer. So I've been talking with a couple of people that are creating tabletop soccer games. I think it would be a fun kind of way to mix things up.
debut and
maybe get some of the community involved too, whether that's video games, whether that's other tabletop games, whether it's trivia, stuff like that. We might get into doing a little bit of like Panini and Tops, like card and sticker pack openings. I would love to do a big event with the World Cup sticker album, when that comes out, which I think is in like April, May. So I'm talking with some people about that. We want to add some more trivia and short form, content, as well as maybe a kind of a sub channel of like IRL content.
Like us playing soccer challenges.
Playing soccer.
That would be good.
I want to start doing some like travel stuff with going to other stadiums, which I hopefully have some plans going as early as next month. So
Yeah. So that Colombia USA women's game for She Believes.
Yes.
I'm definitely going to watch it. Please, if anybody's out there and can, go.
Yes. So but for those of you that are somewhat local, we have partnered with Eastern New York Youth Soccer Association. They've gotten discounted tickets for both matches of that doubleheader at Sports Illustrated Stadium in Harrison, New Jersey. In addition to that, there is an additional ticket option for a bus ride from Newburgh Brewing Company to the matches and back. So if you don't want to drive down, there is a package deal on that, which I think is selling quite well. So if you are interested, be sure to get in there quickly for that stuff.
But yeah, that day is salsa night. So I'm going to have to go and come back. I am going.
Good.
I don't care. I'm going. But I'm running back for salsa.
Yeah.
I might bring some Colombian girls, be like, yo, girls,
Well,
let's go.
I think, honestly, I think you'll have plenty of time. You should be back here.
Yeah, by like 7 or so.
No, earlier. I think the second kickoff is 3 o'clock.
Perfect. There you go. I can have the bus bring the whole Colombian
There
team
you go.
back to the brewery. Let's fucking go, baby. But yeah, sorry about that.
Just
Let's go.
start collecting the door money
From there.
right on the bus.
Nice.
All right, let's take another quick break, and we'll be right back with our predictions for the week. All right, welcome back to A Soccer Fan Walks Into a Bar. We are here for prediction time.
Yes.
So, for those of you new to the show, We take 3 matches every weekend across any and all competitions. We make predictions for the result. The winner. Result / winner.
Result, yeah.
The score and a goal scorer. So just picking the result is worth 1 point. The score line and the scorer is worth 2 points each, for a max of 5 points and 15 across the weekend. Yep. So last week's predictions were Inter Milan against Juventus, Aston Villa versus Newcastle in the FA Cup, and Napoli-Roma. Inter Milan won 3-2. A Cambiaso own goal started things off, and then Cambiaso scored for his team, followed by Esposito, Locatelli, and Zielinski. I picked a 1-0 victory for Inter Milan with Lautaro Martinez to score. I got 1 point. Diego had Juve winning 3-2 with Locatelli to score, so he did get the goal score. And Naz had Inter Milan winning 2-1 with Thuram to score, getting him 1. For the FA Cup, that was a Newcastle victory, 3-1, aided by the Aston Villa red card, but goals from Tammy Abraham, a brace from Sandro Tonali, and Voltamati, a late goal to ice things there. I had a draw after 90 with Rodgers to score. I got a big old goose egg, as did Naz, who had Villa winning 2-1 with Ollie Watkins to score. And Diego had Harvey Barnes to score in a Newcastle 2-1 victory, so he got 1 point there. Back to Italy, Napoli-Roma was a 2-2 draw. A pair of goals from Daniel Malin, as well as goals from Spinazzola and Santos. I had a 2-1 victory for Roma with Malin to score, so I got the goal scorer there. Diego got shut out, a 2-0 Napoli victory with Noah Lang to score. And Naz did correctly pick the draw, although he had 1-1 with Sule to score, getting him 1 point. As it stands right now, Naz is in the lead with 115 points. I am in the middle at 98, and Diego's starting to catch up a little bit with 76.
Those 40 points are coming handy.
Stop the count.
Stop the count. I can't get any more points. I'm stuck on 115. I'll be there for a few years.
Done.
And oddly enough, that puts Diego 39 points back.
I know. Let's go United.
So we made a little side bet of if Manchester United comes in second place, I will give Diego 40 points for his prediction.
And I am 39 behind, baby.
All right. So this weekend, the first match we're going to predict is Man City hosting Newcastle United. I have gone with a 2-1 victory for Manchester City at home with Erling Haaland to score. Diego, what about you?
It's going to be a 3-2 Newcastle victory win.
Wow.
Barnes.
And I'm strong with Barnes. He will. This is the third time I get the fucking...
Harvey Barnes.
Oh, my guy is getting there. He's getting there. He already got me a couple of points before. He was going to get me these 2 points.
Riding the Barnes train.
Yeah, baby.
All right, Naz, and you?
Yeah, City 3-1 win over Newcastle with Haaland to score.
Yeah.
All right.
Haaland.
We now take things far west into Los Angeles, California. It is opening weekend for the MLS, and LAFC hosting defending champions Inter Miami. I have gone with LAFC winning 2-1 with a Denny Bowanga goal. Naz, what about you?
I have a 2-1 LAFC with Son scoring.
Son Heung-min.
Yeah. I hope he scores too, though. I have a 3-2. LAFC victory. With a Messi goal.
With a Lionel Messi goal. And just so Diego is aware, but Messi does have a bit of a thigh injury. He's not guaranteed to be starting, but
still faith.
The Messi magic is always there.
Yep. All he needs is 2 minutes in the field. That's
there you go. The last one we have, of course, is the North London Derby. Diego, let's start with you.
I'll say it. The Arsenal defense or the train goes back to the whole Strong's, shutout thing. So it's going to be a 1-0 Arsenal with a Trossard goal.
Did you say the train goes back to the hole?
Back to home.
No,
back home. I'm like, what are you... Is that some sort of weird Colombian adage?
Hey, listen. Open to interpretation, sir.
All right, I couldn't even hear what you said the rest of the sentence.
So
what's your prediction?
So it's Arsenal 1, Spurs 0 with a Trossard goal.
All right. I have got Arsenal 3, Tottenham 1 away from home with Declan Rice to get a goal.
Hey.
And we'll finish with our resident gooner here. Nas, what do you got?
I have a 2-2 draw with Van de Ven to score, but I have a stipulation.
Okay.
If Arsenal wins this match, I will root for them in any more bettings that we have.
All right.
Okay.
I will never.
All
I will
right.
not bet
That-
against them
That is
All
fair.
right.
if they win this match.
All right.
Yes.
But
you-
right now
you-
it's a 2-2 draw, and I have Tottenham Hotspur Van de Ven.
You have been on record as saying, and I totally get it, of not liking when Arsenal is one of the predicted matches.
Well,
I
Well,
totally
think
get it.
about it. Well, we have Arsenal Chelsea next.
Yeah.
So that'll be another bet.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Maybe.
If they lose, then or if they draw,
Yeah.
then
Oh,
I will not.
You know what? I've always said it. And Dave always says it too. You're a cautious, reasonable, rational fan. You're not gonna go in the hype because they're winning too much. You're not gonna go try to crucify them because they're too low. I appreciate that. It's a valid thing.
Yep.
But
All
yes,
right.
sorry.
So,
I had to say that.
So there you have it. There's our predictions. Obviously, next Saturday we will review them. That's going to do it for our show today. We got to get upstairs for the Brighton Brentford match.
Yep.
What else do we have? So we'll obviously, please, like, subscribe, share this with all your friends and enemies.
Yes.
YouTube and Twitch. Follow us on Instagram. Jump into our Discord. We will see you either upstairs today or tomorrow. Also, we if you are just a sporting fan in general, we will have tomorrow morning the USA hockey game for the gold medal,
Yes. And rugby.
as well as the rugby six nations.
Six Nations.
My,
Six nations.
My swollen
Six
tongue
nations.
here.
The Six Nations.
Six Nathan.
Actually,
Actually, Six Nations.
yeah. So
Suffered
we'll
sabotage.
have. It's England, Ireland, followed by Scotland, Wales.
Yes.
In addition to all the other matches that we've got going on, including
Yeah.
the North London Derby.
Multi-sports Sunday, baby. Let's
so
go.
we've got all that. Monday, we will be back here for a Soccer Fan Walks Into a Bar. Tuesday, it won't be live, but we will be interviewing some people from Cosmos.
Yep.
And then something I do want to get out, there'll be plenty of posts about it too, including later today, but next Saturday is Der Klassiker.
Yeah.
And we have been graciously given some merch and giveaways from Borussia Dortmund for all of you that will be in attendance for the game. We have some scarves, we have some hats. Diego, actually, can you grab some of this stuff? I want to show it off. Just scarves and hats. The rest is like tablecloths and stuff, I think. But yeah, plenty of action with that. We're working on maybe getting some other organizations involved. We'll have the Bino boards out for fun and play. But if you want to come enjoy a match and have a chance at some giveaways, we're here for it. So, oof. So let's see. We got. Here, you do it.
I got it.
So that is our Borussia Dortmund hat that we have, probably about a dozen of, and and a nice Dortmund scarf. And this is hopefully a start of bigger things to come with BVB, and they are really, especially with the World Cup coming up, but otherwise they're really starting to push their American market. And we are hoping to be a part of all that with them. So we've talked about maybe doing an event with them, summer, fall, something like that. But we want and need your support as well. We'd love to have a big crowd for it. So join us, and we'll catch you either upstairs in the tap room,
Absolutely.
or
Danny,
right here.
Pear and
Yes,
Red. Thank you for
Pear,
everything.
Danny. Red wasn't in today.
Hey, why don't we shout him out? He's always here. Well, I remember him. I always think of Red Black.
That's a little
My
weird.
boy.
All right. Well, at any rate, thank you guys so much. Things have totally gone off the rails. Thank you so much.
That's what I'm
We
here for.
appreciate it. We'll see you up in the tap room for our watch party.